For so long, we've been here, we've been trying to break.
Hi there, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Springboard Hangout. The Springboard Hangout, as you know, is your fan-educative program where we look at how we can achieve your why. My name is Comfort Ocran. Today we are continuing our series about adding value to your life. And last week you will recollect that we started a session on financial independence. So we found out the why we need to be financially independent. But today we're going to focus on how we can achieve that goal by using one strategy. And please note, my focus is one strategy. And one strategy that we know about is having multiple streams of income. What is that? Can an ordinary person have multiple streams of income? What if you work and what if your workplace is so busy that you think there's no space for you to, create an opportunity to get more than one stream of income? Today, I've been joined in the studio again by the one and only Sir Paul Kofi Mante, EDC CEO, and we are going to do everything that will ensure that by the end of this time, we will understand and know how we can have multiple streams of income. We will be going for a short break. When we return, we'll continue this conversation. Please call someone. If you have a question about multiple streams of income, please put it in the chat. Most importantly, tune in because it's going to be fantastic. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back.
He's on a turnaround.
Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout. Today, we have Paul in the studios, and we go straight to Paul. Paul, last week after our program on becoming financially independent, many people reached out to us. Yeah. Someone actually said, I thought I was comfortable until I listened to that program. And I realized that
we gave him or her some sleepless nights.
Sleepless nights. So today, let's help people to appreciate how they can increase their, to make them more financially independent, to increase their financial independence. Yeah. So how can we help them, Paul, today?
Yeah. So I think one of the important concepts is the subject matter we're discussing this evening. That is the concept of multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. There's a question I've asked over the years. It's not an interesting question. It's not a question a lot of people want to hear. But the question is, if you didn't have to work from today, how many months, how many years can you live your normal life without salary?
Please ask the question again.
If you didn't have to work from today, how many months, how many years can you survive? Can you live that life you want to live without a salary?
So technically, if in my life I spend, let's say, 2,000 cedis a month, you're asking me that if I didn't have to work for the rest of my life, how many years can I survive? So that by every year I should have at least 24,000 lined up. So if I don't have to work for the next 40 years, that means I should have the 24,000 times 40, which is about 48 million. Or 48 approximately.
But the whole idea is...
Yes. So do I have enough money to live that long?
Exactly. Or it must not even be. For me, the average worker should have a minimum of what I call 6 months of income cover.
But 6 months, if no money comes in for 6 months, how do I live after the 7th month?
But actually, 6 months is enough. Ultimately, we want you to become financially independent. And financial independence means that for the rest of your life.
In perpetuity.
In perpetuity. But for the average worker, the truth is that for a lot of people, if they lose their salary, they won't survive for 3 months.
Okay, so you're watching today. If you were asked this question today, how many months will you survive without a salary? I'm asking you. Please write it down and let's continue this conversation. Right. So you're saying that at least average person, I beg.
Minimum 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
So that is a call to you and I that at least 6 months we forget that money.
Yeah.
We did it. Okay. So how do we do this? And we put in our this thing that we are going to talk about multiple streams of income. So let's start from the beginning, from the basics. What is multiple streams of income, Paul?
Multiple streams of income is multiple streams of income. It's having several sources of income, not just one. Because this is the hard truth.
Okay, tell me.
If your salary is your only source of income, you are a step away from poverty.
Okay.
The least you can do is to create other sources of income besides salary. Because, number one, what it means is that, you see, if you want to understand this concept, you want to look at your life like a table.
Okay.
When you have a table with only one leg, when that one leg breaks, the table collapses.
Okay.
When you have a table with 4 legs, when one leg breaks, it will wobble, but it may stand. But if you have a table with 20 legs, when one leg breaks, you won't even know that one leg is broken. And the leg represents the income. So if your salary is your only source of income, it's like you have one leg. When that one leg breaks, your life collapses. So we are saying that the whole idea of multiple streams of income is to have income coming from a number of sources, or having income coming from more than one source.
Okay.
More than one source. So that when there is a challenge with one source, you will survive. And again, when you have the multiple streams of income, it's not just because when one leg breaks, you will survive. But it's also the fact that it makes it easy to achieve financial independence.
Okay.
It makes the journey faster.
Okay.
It makes the journey easier. As I've met people, I help a lot of people. I've met people who earn 5K a month, but who is investing 10,000 a month because the salary is 5K, but the person does other things that brings in additional source of income. So even though they are earning 5K, they are investing 10K every month because they understand the concept of multiple streams of income, and they have money working for them, and they have several other sources of income coming in. Let me make it a bit more practical. So look at a teacher in a secondary school who is teaching science, who closes at 2, who has a small car. So after school, he decides to use it for Uber. That will generate an additional income beside the salary he gets as a teacher. He's also written, he's a math teacher, he's written a textbook.
Like this one. Like this one. Paul brought 2 books, actually 3 books into the studio today. He brought us the Foundation for Financial Independence. He brought us Operation 1 Million Ghana CD, and then Financial Independence is Possible. So these are 3 books. You could go to some books. We'll find out where some bookshops to find. So let's continue.
Yeah, so this teacher is earning salary every month as a teacher. He has Uber that brings in some money after school and weekends.
And then he has his book as well.
He's written a book on maths, the Math Bible to pass your BEC or something. That brings in some additional income. Beside that, he has a photocopier in a small container at the University of Ghana that does photocopies. That brings in some income. Beside that, he has a deep freezer at home, and he molds ice cubes in a deep freezer, and people can buy them for parties and all that. So this is a science teacher, but immediately we are counting about 4 or 5 sources of income.
Wow. And for instance, the ice block, he doesn't have to be there to do it.
No.
The Uber is done after school hours, so still he can teach comfortably and then go and do the Uber.
Thank you.
And then he wrote the book some time ago, and he's still earning some income from it when he sells them. So here's somebody, he can even add teaching to it.
Yeah.
You know, after doing Uber for about 3 hours, then he goes and teaches for about 2 hours, drives to his home tutoring place and makes money from there.
Thank you.
So it's not a case of
No.
It's a case of genuine business.
One step at a time, picking it one step at a time. The mind is so powerful. If you are watching us and you convince yourself that it is not possible, you are right. It won't be possible.
It won't be possible.
Yes.
But if you convince yourself
that it is possible, then you start asking, how? How do I do it? Okay, let me follow the discussions to the end, and let me listen to it again. So the mind is so powerful. I mean, my foundation, my favorite scripture, unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly, above all that we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work in us. If you can imagine, you believe it, it's possible. My foundational scripture for the multiple streams of income, the day God opened my eyes to this scripture, I was with Linda. We had gone for some prayer meeting somewhere. Isaiah 60:11. Isaiah 60:11.
Yeah.
Your gates, it's plural, your gates will always stand open.
My gates will always stand open. Let's go on.
They will never be shut.
Amen.
Day or night.
Yeah.
So that people may bring you the wealth of the nations.
Wow.
Your gates. When at night, when we're going to sleep, we lock our gates. If you have dogs, you release the dogs. But the scripture says, and it's not singular, your gates, it's plural. They will stand open day and night, continually, day and night, even when you are asleep. This is multiple streams of income.
Right there in the Bible.
Right there in the Bible, that you can be asleep. Whilst you are asleep, people walk through some of your gates and they bring you the wealth of the nations. You are asleep, but your investment is generating income. You are asleep, you have Uber, a driver is driving the Uber, bringing in money. You are asleep, but you still make money. And it's not singular, plural. Your gates will always stand open.
Guys, you are listening to us. You don't have as yet started thinking about it. please realize that it's something you should be dreaming about. But Paul, you know, sometimes you may be working in an organization. I mean, with regards to this, you may be working in an organization and your working hours are so long. I mean, sometimes you may go to the office at 7 o'clock. You may close maybe 8, 9 o'clock. Sometimes here we do close that late. Sometimes we even stay till the next day because there's a project we have to complete. In this case, how can you also generate multiple streams of income?
Thank you, but you are not alone. I've also slept in the office several times.
So if you feel like
it's
regular.
When it must be done, it must be done. It must be done.
Yeah.
So I've slept. I've left the office at 12 midnight, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. a couple of times. But you see, life is full of choices. So you decide whether you want to continue in that environment or you want something else that is flexible. If you decide to remain in that environment, then one sure way that you can create an additional source of income is through investment income.
Okay.
You invest, and for me, it's the easiest that anybody at all can get in. You don't need, you just need to be 18, and you don't need much, 50 cedis, 100 cedis. Tomorrow you can start. Then the money works for you, and the money generates money. So you are stuck in the office, but it's okay. The money works for you. And when money works for you, it's so beautiful. Because money does not know holiday.
Oh, wow.
It does not know malaria.
Really?
Last Monday was a holiday.
Yes.
But if you have invested, nobody will say that, Monday is a holiday, so you are not getting interest on your money. The money works hard. The money does not know my mother is not well. I have to go and attend to. Sometimes money works harder than human beings.
Sometimes money works harder than human beings.
Yeah. So if you are an extremely busy person, one sure way to create an additional source of income is to have investment generating income for you. And you must by all means have the target that you will get to a point where the return on the investment will be higher than your salary.
Target, return on investment should be higher than your salary. So you must be working towards that. But so having brought this up, it brings to my mind that there are different types of multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
So in this case, can you tell us? I mean, in this case, when I was preparing for this, I Googled it and I realized that we talked about passive and active. They talked about this diversification, profit income, and so. Can you break it out a little for us?
Sure, I will. So when we talk about passive income, it's basically income you make without any effort. You don't need to. You don't need to sweat. You can sleep and you still make money. And by the investment. The investment income. And by the way, if you don't find a way to make money while you are asleep, you will keep working when you have to sleep.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Paul. Don't say that.
I'm sorry, Comfort, but that is a hard truth.
Really?
Yeah, if you don't find a way to make your money work for you whilst you are asleep, at the time you have to sleep, you'll be working.
Actually, I just a quick one. I just was listening to something that the person was saying that usually from, let's say, ages 18 to about 50, we are able to increase the amount of money that we make. Yeah. But after 50, based on physical, where we are positioned and that kind of stuff, in a sense, either our income either stagnates or decreases. Yeah. Therefore, it is in our interest to, make as much funds as we can before we reach the 60. Yeah. I mean, ideally, look for ways to double or triple the income that you make, and then when you hit the 50s, that's when you can sleep. I mean, you can start dreaming about going to sleep. So let's continue about our multiple streams of income.
I'll talk about the others, but the issue you raise is very important. When you are younger, and as you peak into your 30s, into your 40s, you would have huge human capital.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't use the human capital to create financial capital.
Okay.
So you need to use the human capital when you have energy, when you are all over the place, to create financial capital such that by the time you hit the 50 and beyond, now the financial capital is huge.
Yeah.
And that is what is generating the income. You can slow down on the human capital and the money works and it creates money for you. So one sure way is the investment income. And I love it because it's also quiet.
Okay.
If you don't tell anybody, nobody knows about it.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, you can have the millions of dollars or cedis in investment quietly and nobody knows about it. Another one, so we can talk, when we talk about the investment income for the benefit of our listeners, things like treasury bills, treasury bonds, fixed deposit, mutual funds, unit trust. These are all things you can put your money in that will generate some investment income for you. We can talk about things like dividend income, when you buy shares and you make returns of, you are paid a portion of the profit. At the end of the year, we call it dividend income. You can also make dividend income. You can also make what is called capital gains. When you buy the shares at a certain price, the price will not stay the same. The price will increase. And anytime the price increases, you can sell and make huge returns of that investment. You can also get rental income. Rental income, and there are several dimensions to the rental income. Property rental. You can rent out a property and make income off the property.
Tell me about that. How do you do that?
Oh, so you have a house. I'll tell you an interesting story. Okay. Something happened about 15 years ago. I had a client who lived in a huge house at a good location, and we were talking about financial planning. And I asked him, what is the point in living in this house?
Big posh house.
Yeah. Why don't you give it out and move into a rented house? And he took offense.
Charlie?
What do you mean?
I've used my money.
But the next morning he called. Said, Charlie, that thing I have thought about it. There is wisdom in it. So he rented out his house. He got $1,500 a month. He moved into a rented house, paid $500 a month. So on the same property, just by taking the decision to move out of his own property, he started making $1,000 every month. Convert using today's exchange rate.
It is okay. And I'm sure if he puts aside, let's say $200 to use for maintaining the property, and then the $800 he invests that. I mean, he's
good money. Good money. So, but the issue of rental income, if you don't get the location right, it could be a complete waste of money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I know somebody who spent $80,000 on a house at the wrong location.
Oh dear.
Monthly rental income. I don't know today. At that time, it was 500 cedis.
500 cedis?
Yeah.
On an $80,000 house.
Yes, because the location is not right.
So location. I mean, today we are doing economics and all sorts of
location. Another area of rental income is people get into car rentals. And the car rentals, we can look at it at different levels. There are rental companies. If you have a good four-wheel, you can go and give it to them. Some of them will agree to pay you a fixed amount every month. Some of them will put a tracker on your vehicle. Anytime the vehicle moves out, you know the vehicle has moved out, and a certain percentage remains with the rental company, and a portion comes to you. If you have a smaller car, you can also do the Uber. But the rental, people also do table rentals, chair rentals, canopy rentals, all that. And that could also be. One time I visited a lady who was into rentals. So I was in there when the car came in to pick a future. So I asked, because of these issues I've been there. So I asked, Charlie, how is it? He said, oh, well, it's not bad. On a bad Saturday, I will make about 3,000 cedis.
On a bad Saturday?
Yeah.
On a
bad Saturday. And at that time, she had few chairs, a few tables. She didn't even have canopies and all that. Today, she has a lot of chairs, tables, canopies, table covers, chair covers, cutleries, flowers, almost a carpet, almost everything you need. So this lady can easily have one event one Saturday and make a 40, 50, 60,000 cedis.
Wow.
But you know what? She's a full-time worker in her office.
Tell me something.
She has 3 master's degrees. Big woman.
Big woman.
If you want to see her, you will need an appointment. Else you can't see her. But she does rentals. Recently, she's gone to learn how to do decor. In addition to the renter, multiple streams of income. So he does the stuff in the office, but on the weekend, you see her in her jeans. He has a vehicle. She can put her ladder on that vehicle. She's going to do a decor here. She's doing rental there. It's in the mind. And one other problem with this idea we are discussing, I'll come to the other sources. But one challenge is with our young people who have gone to school. I have a degree. And in our mind, we think that some jobs are low for us. As long as it's not illegal,
Yes.
as long as it's not against the word of God, there is nothing like this job is too low for me. I have a friend who did his master's in the UK. We sit on the company board. We go to a board meeting one day. He's in his suit and tie, nice one. And he says, Paul, today you see me in suit and tie. Tomorrow when you look for me, you will not find me in suit and tie. So I asked, where will I find you? He said, I'll be in my farm. I'll be feeding my pigs in my Wellington boots.
Wow.
But the money that comes from the pigs does not smell funny.
No. It doesn't say anything at all.
No, if you have to buy your Mercedes or BMW, or, nobody will ask, where from this money? Is it pig money?
No.
Or it's a boardroom money?
No.
In our mind, we think that some jobs are lower for us.
Below our
level. Some small degree we have. Some small degree we have, we think that it's below our level. So rental is another area we can get into. All kinds of rentals. And the rentals, we can go without limit. Wheelbarrow rentals.
Wheelbarrow, yes. Because I mean, if you're not building, you don't need a full-time wheelbarrow,
exactly.
So you just go and rent it.
Yes.
Because I've rented around. When you said it, I now remember.
Yes. People rent water pump. Your place is flooded. You are doing a project, and water starts gushing out. People rent water pump. 300, 400 cedis a day. One of my churches, we are doing a project. We needed to rent one. People rent. So all kinds of rental cameras, people rent it. All kinds of rentals. Projectors.
I mean, everything.
There are unlimited opportunities when it comes to multiple streams of income. We just need to push ourselves. We just need to ask questions. We just need to think, and we realize that there are a number of opportunities. What other opportunities? You can also use social media to create an additional source of income. YouTubing. There is a lady I've been mentoring who does YouTube. I mean, the money she makes, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you're talking of tens of thousands of dollars a month.
Multiple streams of income.
There's a young lady, a young guy, who is a UPSA, came to see my wife that I am a student, but I want to be selling office suits and all that. How do you want to do it? Do you have capital? She says, no, I don't have capital. I have a phone. So he comes to take pictures of the suit, and then he creates a Facebook page. He dumps the pictures there. People call him. So for example, if the suit is 800 cedis, he will quote 1,000 cedis. If you are interested, he picks your size. You send 1,000 cedis to him. He will send 800 cedis to my wife. He will send a dispatch rider to pick the suit from my wife. He doesn't even see the suit. It is delivered to you, and you pay for the delivery. So he's a student, he's sitting in school, and he will sell one suit and make 200 cedis without seeing the suit. All he did was to take pictures of the suit. The thing is in the mind. If you challenge yourself, there are several opportunities around us.
The thing is where, in our mind, if we challenge ourselves, there are several opportunities within our sphere of influence, or even within our life, that we can use to make some multiple streams of income. Remember our scripture, your gates will not be shut day all night with people bringing you the wealth of the nations. It's
Powerful.
not just saying amen. It's a case of actualizing it. How are you actualizing the opportunity to make multiple streams of income? We'll go for a short break. When we return, we'll continue this conversation. Don't go anywhere. Do send us your questions and comments, and we'll answer it when we return. We'll be right back.
He's a turnaround.
Get me York's rent-a-car. I need a car in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jake Morris, and I travel globally. But when I'm in Ghana, York's Rent-A-Car is my reliable choice for safety and comfort on the road. York's Rent-A-Car provides comprehensive logistics services to mainly blue-chip companies as well as individual clients.
At a time we needed a car rental service, and York's fitted in very well to our standards.
Their services is top-notch. Drivers are on time.
It was beautiful to see them behind the wheels. And anytime they pick up a guest, the guests were very, very happy.
Already? Yes. Excellent. York's Rent-A-Car provides services and expertise that include meet and greet services at the airport, car rental, driver personal outsourcing, and vehicle detailing. What's the problem? Rizio, I told you, York's Rent-A-Car delivers world-class service to its customers, having their highest safety and comfort in mind. So watch him. Go over open for him. York's Rent-A-Car runs 24/7 operations where customers can make car reservations and inquiries of our services online and also.
He's a turnaround.
Welcome back. I hope you have been enjoying our session today on the Springboard Hangouts. I'm hanging out with Paul Mante, CEO of EDC, and he's sharing, crazy things. And my mind is all over the place thinking, how can I get more streams of income to even add on to what we have? And when he was mentioning things like the poultry, we didn't mention, but the piggery or the renting wheelbarrows or whatever, one thing that came to my mind, these are diverse areas, Paul, right? These are diverse areas. So is there any, let's say some smart questions or some checklist or something that you should have at the back of your mind when you decide that, I need to look for a new place of generating some income, especially the passive type? What kind of questions should one ask?
Good question.
Because
so,
we need to succeed.
I get you. So there are a number of questions you need to ask, and what comes to mind immediately? Number one, you need to ask, what are the low-hanging fruits? What are the opportunities within my immediate environment? So you're a student in one of the universities. What are the low-hanging fruits? Don't go outside the university to hustle. Even on campus, what are some of the things you can do on campus? I met a lady, I went to do a talk in Legon. I met a lady who is in the business school, who runs a bakery. I met a guy who is a student who runs a laundry. That's laundry business. He's a student. So you need to ask yourself, within my environment, what are the low-hanging fruits? Depending on the location, I mean, if you are in the Brong-Ahafo region, for example, watching this show, the opportunities may not be the same as being in Accra. Even if you are in Accra, depending whether you're on campus, whether you're in a church environment. So you need to scan the environment, scan your environment, and ask yourself, what are the low-hanging fruits? Number two, you also need to ask, what are the things you are passionate about? What are the things that are of interest to you? Because the thing about passion, if you find something that you have interest in, when you do it, you don't get tired.
True.
It doesn't stress you. I mean, it's like me doing public speaking. Sometimes people are worried for me. Say, is it not too much? The thing I enjoy,
you enjoy socialism. It's not work.
No. It sleeps sound when I do it. So why are you worried for me? But the thing is, so if you find something that you have interest in, something you are passionate about, there is more energy, there is more drive, And it's like you are doing something that brings you fulfillment and you are making money. And that is double pay.
I tell you, you enjoy and you have something to take off your bills. Yeah.
Number 3, you need to ask about capacity building. You may want to do something you don't really have capacity in. So you need to ask questions. You may want to go and do internship. You may want to go and understudy somebody for 2 months, 3 months. Be genuine, be open that, look, I want to do this. I don't know how to do it. I want to understudy you without pay. I want to work with you for 2 months, for 3 months to build my capacity to go and do this. You may want to look for some online courses. You may want to look for some YouTube videos on the subject matter just to build capacity. You may have to get some books to read that will help you build capacity. So you need to look at capacity building in the area. You need to be sharp at what you want to do.
Sharpness guarantees that people will come and they'll come to you and ensure that they give you their funds. Because if you are doing the thing anyhow, there's no finesse in it, my friend. Nobody will come. You stay there, you say multiple streams of income. Nobody loves it. It's because you're not sharp. Please continue.
There must be a reason why some people sell kelewele and you see a queue.
Yes.
You see cars parked. They are going to buy kelewele because they have added some swag
Chale?
to
Oh my life, that Aboni lady, I still go there.
So there must be a reason why you will still go there. So my point is, if you want to do it, if you go do them well.
Chale.
You know, so build capacity. One of the things we don't like doing is to hide to build capacity. So you want to do that. It may be 6 months. It may be 3 months. It may be 1 year just to build capacity. It may be 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to school, we do 4-year degree course, just small accounting you won't learn. They say go to school for 4 years. So make time and build capacity so that when you are doing the thing, you can command the attention of the world. People do dresses, you travel with it, and people all over the world want the same person to have one done for them because they have learned the thing well, because they have done it well. Again, you need to ask whether it may require capital. There are some businesses that will require capital. Some you just need some networking. If it requires capital, what level of capital? And I will always recommend to my friends, young friends who want to start something, start small, but think big.
Start small, think big.
Yes. So you haven't done the thing before, and people come to us with all kinds of crazy ideas. You haven't started a business. You want to start something. You need $2 million. Go and rent some flash office, and you have 4 directors in charge of the thing. Start self. Once you start small and you demonstrate a certain level of success, capital will look for you. Money will look for you. Nobody will give you money for Matra Makwe to see whether you will succeed or not.
So from social media, Ben Larry is saying that, good evening, Springboard. Just a minute. I earn not more than 200 cedis a week. So that means that 800 by the end of the year. How can I save with my wife and kid?
Jesus is Lord.
Paul, you gotta help this guy.
You
have to help this guy.
You know what? One, the child will not wait.
Okay.
The child will grow. You can't say that, Charlie, things are hard. You know what? You are 1 year, but stay here small. Your father and mother will want to sort things out. Then you will start growing. The child will not wait. The child will keep growing. So for this person, you need to ask yourself, what else can you do in addition to what you are doing? Sometimes one thing we take for granted is going back to school just to build capacity. So you are earning 800, you don't have a degree. You can think about going to get a degree, going to get a diploma, going to do something that will help increase your capacity.
You add value.
You add value to yourself. We've heard stories of people who were porters in the university who are now professors.
Yes.
But people want to make money quickly without adding value to themselves. If you take your time to add some value to yourself, your income may increase. But even without that, you also need to ask yourself, what else can I do to make income? And you shouldn't be shy. There was one time I picked Uber. The guy spoke correct English. So I decided to engage him. He has a master's degree. He works with one of the agencies. He's on leave.
That's all.
And he's doing some Uber on the side to make some extra income.
Yeah.
And there is nothing like, I have a master's degree, so this is too low for me. So I want to encourage this person to ask yourself, what else can you do? One of the things I've realized, everybody watching us, God has given all of us something natural that you can use to make money.
Natural to make money.
Yeah.
Niafutu says that the pressure, the pressure. Wellington bulls and pigs, pa. Hey, after all my degrees.
That is where the problem is.
Brothers will laugh. Niafutu has it.
So he wants to impress brothers. You see?
Help me, Niafutu.
Let me make an important statement. One of the qualities you need to become financially independent is to declare independence.
From social pressure.
From social pressure. It's your life. It's your future. The thing I've seen about extremely wealthy people is they are not complicated. They don't even live their lives to please anybody.
They are independent.
They are independent. But if you live your life to please other people, you aren't going anywhere.
Wow.
The grass may look green at the other side. It may be synthetic grass. You want to become financially independent, your salary must dictate what you eat, not your appetite. Don't be in competition with anybody. If you don't get this straight, you will live your life to please other people. You will dress for people. You will drive cars for people. And you will end up smoking all your income in the exhaust pipe of vehicles. Yeah, because you want to impress. If you can afford it, why not?
But if you can't.
If you can't, you can't.
Please.
Don't put yourself under pressure. Don't put yourself under any pressure.
Don't follow the pressure. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So that you would enjoy life later for your own self.
The people who will laugh at you after 5 years, 10 years, they will come and see you, Charlie, can you give me some small loan? Things are hard. Forgetting that they are the guys who are laughing at you.
You actually, there's an advert like that where, okay, right. I see Ajua from Sakaman saying that whenever I listen to programs like this, I get inspired.
Yeah.
But somehow I end up going to my old ways. What should I do? Something must change this year.
Yeah. Ajua is not alone. I was speaking in a church just last week.
Okay.
Within this week. So I called a young lady. And I said, young lady, what is your name? She was standing behind. I said, that young lady, what is your name? She said, Sandra. I said, Sandra, the Lord has laid on my heart to give you some money. So I took the money out of my pocket. I said, Sandra, this money is for you. Shout and say, I receive it. And she stood and shouted, I receive it. And I said, I can't hear you shout. And she kept shouting, I receive it. And I said, this money is for you. So somebody prompted her that, go and collect the money, go. So she runs to me on the stage, stood by me. I said, this money is for you. And she kept shouting, I receive it. I receive it. Somebody came from the congregation to collect the money from me. Money is irrational. Money is neutral. Money does not know the poor from the rich. Money does not know the bad person from the good person. Money itself is neutral. If you don't go after money, money will not come to you. So Ajua, if you don't act, there are 3 challenges Ajua needs to deal with, and a number of people need to deal with. 1, procrastination. Ochina Meye, when I grow small, when my income increase, when I get my promotion, never forget this, tomorrow never comes. So if you need to act and you don't act today, you wait for tomorrow, tomorrow will never come. Number 2 is excuses. You can always find an excuse why you cannot do it. An excuse number 1 for a number of people, the economy is hard. My salary is not enough. Look, I don't want to mention even some countries where there is war, people still make money, even within the war. It depends on what you see, whether you see war or you see opportunities.
Right. So we definitely. So you said 3 things. So procrastination,
excuses,
and
then blame.
Blame.
It's my boss. It's my uncle. It's the church. As long as you blame other people, you point one finger, you have the 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Even if you take the thumb, cry. So
it's 4. As long as you look at the solution out of yourself, you won't find a solution.
Once the solution is outside you,
yes,
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So we found a solution to ourselves, and we realized that we have to go out for it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But is there any software or is there any program or something? Because if you're having multiple streams of income, that means that it may be coming from different sources.
Yeah.
So is there something that can help you manage this inflow from different places so that at the top of your head you can know that this is what my net worth is, and it can even help you plan and say, okay, this is where I am. I should be able to reach this part, or this particular income stream is doing very well. That one not too well. So do I stop it? That kind of to help in managing it. So is there anything that we can use to help us in this place?
So I'm sure when you go to, I found a few. I don't have one off head, but when you go to a Play Store and you look for financial planner, future value calculator, there are a number of tools that can help. But you can use a simple Excel.
Excel?
Yes, you can use a simple Excel to track your investment. Last week I told you that the year 2006, I sat down with Linda to look at our assets and liabilities, and we're shocked. The liabilities were higher than the asset. And since then, I use a simple Excel just to monitor. So you can save July 2022, August 2022. You can create folders by the years. Folder 2022. Within the folder, you have a number of things. You can play with Excel as to how it will suit you. Of course, we have tools in our office. When people come to us, we don't charge any money. When they need help, we have financial need analysis tools that we use to help our clients and then potential clients who want to do planning into their future. But you can use a simple Excel yourself. Play with the Excel and keep track of your income, your target, the progress you are making, and that target when the return on your investment will cross your salary, because that day your sleeping will be different.
So we've talked about this. Even though you talked about going to the place of your passion, and usually maybe you're working in somewhere that you really like what you're doing, like in the case of the teacher, for instance. Yeah. But sometimes maybe you may set up a school, or you may go to work somewhere that kind of is in the field of where you work and earn your regular income. In that case, there's a potential conflict of interest position or situation coming up. How do we avoid such things?
Well, it's a matter of decision. You need to avoid conflict of interest because it will eventually backfire. And when we are talking about creating multiple streams of income, but there are a few tests that you can think about. When you are doing the thing, you are making money, you need to ask yourself, this thing that you are doing, if they call your pastor, and we all share what you are doing with your pastor, will you be comfortable?
I do.
Or you wouldn't want your pastor to know. Once you wouldn't want your pastor to know, it's a no-go area. What about your family, your wife, your children? If they get to know that you are the accountant at the place and you are the same person supplying the company with the stuff the company needs. So you are the supplier, you are the same person paying. If your wife and children get to know, how will you feel? What if we put you on a national television for the whole world to ask you questions on this? How will you feel? For me, let's make money, but sleep sound.
Make money, sleep sound.
In other words, don't make any money that when you are going to sleep, Charlie, you are thinking, what if it backfires? What if they get to know? What if tomorrow auditors come? So make money, but sleep is very important. Make money such that when you are sleeping, nobody can threaten you because there is nothing to hide. Life can be easy. Don't complicate it.
Mr. Paul Kofi Mante, I mean, you have really, really challenged us. And Paul, you brought these 3 books to us. And quickly, can you tell us where we can get these books to buy? Yeah.
So if you go to Totalware, Kokomlemle opposite Top Radio, you'll find copies. If you go to Totalware, adjacent Mount Crest University, you'll find copies. If you go to Paul Kofi Mante on Facebook, you drop a message there that you need copies of the books. Somebody will respond and deliver to you. Yeah.
Right. And Paul, thank you so much for these 2 weeks where you have been, just downloading on us.
Yeah.
As you leave us today, what 3 ideas or 3 concepts would you like us to take away from our hangout today?
Well, so please take note that having multiple streams of income is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Everybody needs to think about it. We cannot all run businesses, but everybody can invest. So the first concept I want to talk about is investment income. Everybody can invest to have some investment income. Second thing I want to talk about is capacity building. It's so important. If you build capacity, there is so much you can do. Sometimes people will question, we know individuals, Pastor Menso, Tabel, and sometimes people ask, how is this man able to combine all this? He's doing this, it's capacity. And we need to be deliberate about building capacity. Very important. The third thing I want to talk about is taking action. David Chilton, the wealthy Baba, says, the best time to plant an oak tree is 20 years ago, and the next best time is now. Don't wait till tomorrow. So the best time we should have started making money was yesterday, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years ago. If we miss it, we can't do anything about the past. But we have today. We got to act today. So let's take action. Don't just listen and go to sleep. Go and pick a form. Of course, come to EDC. Pay 50 cedi, 100 cedis. You can start an investment tomorrow. Don't wait. If you procrastinate, tomorrow would never come. And if you start investing tomorrow, you won't die.
No. Seriously.
You won't die.
You won't die. You won't die. And you can never, ever have too much income because it increases your options that you have in life.
Even the sea, when you raise, the sea still collects water.
And on that note, we are so grateful, Paul, that you passed through the Hangout to leave these gems with us.
Yeah.
It's important that don't procrastinate, do the action today.
Act now.
Know that you have to build your capacity because the capacity enables you to achieve that dream of yours. But importantly, every single one of us must invest. So with that, we've come to the end of today's Hangout. Paul has not only helped us appreciate financial independence, but he has showed us how we can become financially independent by pursuing a concept of seeing how different gates can be opened even while we are sleeping. Multiple streams of income. If you want to watch this, do recommend to yourself and your friends to watch a repeat of this on the ETV channel on Sunday at 5 p.m. And by the way, join Albert Ocran on the Springboard Virtual University at 7 p.m. where he comes back with part 2 of the one and only Professor Adai. So till we come your way next week, know that we really, really love you. Our Springboard is all about you and ensuring that you add value to your life, one episode at a time. Be grateful, have a phenomenal week, and you are loved from us. God bless you and good night. My name is Comfortable. Bye.